All right, 6 o'clock, call for the meeting to order. If everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda review. Karen, we were adding a couple of things on there.
Yes, that we completed the letter to Amazon.
Okay.
Sent out, it was mentioned last week.
All right. So action items. Everybody saw the payroll manifest?
Yep.
Yes.
Minutes of May 20th, 2025?
Yes.
Andy made some corrections.
There are some corrections on there I put down.
Okay, so then we'll review
Yep.
next week
Okay.
for that. One veteran's exception, a junkyard license, and we signed our contract or our letter of intent there with Champney for the lawn services. That was quick. So we have a couple of things that are on tonight for those of you that are here. We're going to go through the paving proposals. We will open and read them. They will not be awarded tonight because they're going to need to be reviewed just because they're lengthy, but you'll all know where they're at. I think we have a couple people that are here with public input. So we try to be very, very flexible on public input. The way public input is going to work, you're going to come up here, you're going to sit next to Ethel. You'll address it to the board. No, we don't crosstalk. We don't have any of that. As we're doing, we try to allow as much leeway, and we don't ever want to cut anybody off for time. So just be considerate of your neighbors, and they might not want to listen to you drone on. But we do want to hear what everybody does have to say tonight. We did send out a violation notice on a culvert that is undersized and a driveway that was done without a permit.
I don't know if it was done without a permit or with a permit there, but the culvert is undersized from what was agreed upon.
And there were no permits.
Okay.
No permit.
No permits for the driveway for the paving.
Okay.
So I say there's more than just a culvert with that though.
Okay.
Like the ditch needs to be cleaned out. Can't have the screen at the end, the inlet side of the culvert there. It's just so the town's engineer, John, that works for the engineer. Him and I, we looked at it last week.
Okay.
So.
All right.
And that was free to us, no charge.
Nice. Nice to get something for nothing every once in a while.
It's not for free.
We'll pay for it somewhere. So Karen had met, we sent a letter, or we are sending a letter to Amazon. That was at the request of one of our residents whose vehicle was struck by Amazon. We sent a stern letter, I don't know,
Yes.
to Amazon, that they address their driver's behavior. That's going to the Hooksett distribution center, the station manager there. And we're also going to send that to FedEx and UPS as well, just trying to, aside from the problem of them running into somebody's car, is those vehicles are all 10,000 pounds and greater, and spinning around on gravel roads is not a great thing, tearing them up. I know on my road there's horses and all sorts of stuff in the general way, so having those things whipping down is not the greatest thing. So hopefully we'll get some response. I don't know that we'll see what we get. And we've also just kind of passed that on to the police department as well, so they're aware of what's going on. So Bill, since you're here, you want to come on up? We'll take you early. It's just like going to the doctor.
Come on, man.
So Bill, when you come up, who you are, where you live, why you're here.
Social security number, bank account number.
Sure.
I'm Bill Green on Sam Clark Road. Came tonight because there's a lot of dead trees on Sam Clark Road, ash trees that are very large, over 3 foot in diameter. If you're familiar with Sam Clark Road, it's a very narrow road, and the trees are pretty much between the wall and the road. I have some pictures that you guys can take a look at. Right?
That would, yeah. You're talking just the pay portion. You're talking just the pay portion.
Yep. There's about 7 of them. Yeah. lines are right there. My neighbors are here also, Will Eaton this year, and Bill Carr with plan on being here at 6:15, so
Talk slow.
he's not here, but they're here in support of it. I mean, most of them are on Bill Carr's land, or on his side of the road. They both live on the corners, I live further down the road. The ones with the car in the picture is my car, my driveway, right across from my driveway, those trees, that branches are already starting falling, it's just a matter of time that those trees are gonna come down. Either hit the power lines, hit a car, or hit something. Hopefully just hit the ground, but we'd like to see if the town can do anything about helping to get those down. I don't know what resources we have available, every source that we can do with it. They're bigger than an average homeowner.
So I know we can reach out to Eversource as we have, and they generally give us we'll put it on your list of things. The town has limited funding for tree removal to do that.
Has Eversource been down there already trimming trees at all?
Well, they
Within the
trimmed my
past-
tree, they trimmed my live maple, I started out like that.
How long was that?
Last year, they come through every year.
They come to every
But
year?
that one, so the power line jogs to my side and jogs back to the other side.
Yeah,
So where it jogs to the pole at the end of my driveway is a maple there.
right,
Here,
but there's several on the other side.
Yeah, I guess they're not close enough for them.
They don't touch those?
No, those are the trim anything on your side?
Yeah, I come to his,
You have to wait till we go to public input because that.
they have a tree, not his particular trees, how I got mine.
Did you cut it down?
No,
Did you call Eversource?
well, we talked to the road, the secretary of the road, crew office, and she talked to Eversource and they came.
Which is what we'll do with
They
the.
did come.
Yeah.
It took them about 2 months, but they came.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm
So
not in a hurry, I just think it's gonna be, they're gonna fall, right? So, I mean, I know it's a statewide issue, probably further than that, but what's gonna be done? You know, the people that can't afford it and they're on, the side of the road, there's another one on Bill's property on 28th, that's even bigger, that's looking by the cemetery there.
yeah,
That's looking real bad.
yeah. I mean the ash.
Somebody taped it, I don't know, somebody marked it.
It was to make you feel good though.
I don't think the tape will hold.
Well, if that one comes down on the other side of your driveway, that's gonna take those power lines right out.
Yeah, and then, I mean. we
So
have-
that's an Eversource issue.
Karen, did Fran reach out, or would it have been you who would reach out to Eversource
I don't know.
on the ones on? Were they on Evans?
Yeah,
Oh, for Kristen,
yeah,
that would have been Fran.
Can we?
Absolutely, we'll do that.
We'll have Fran reach out
Mhm.
to there. Yeah. So Fran is the highway secretary.
Oh.
So we'll have her reach out to. We'll get her all the information from Bill's email. We'll have her reach out to them, and then we've got that one continuous point of contact.
So if Eversource is not their problem.
So at that point in time, the option would be for the town to hire someone to take it down. And like I said, we have limited resources, and that may be something when we get to the end of the fiscal year, looking at what we have, if there is a surplus in that bill, or whether we're budgeting for it in 2026 to put on there. I mean, it's,
That one trunk light. I mean, there's others that with brush on it, that one. That's only like 2 feet off the road. So I don't know whose tree that is. Is it my neighbor's tree or is it? Town?
it really is, if it's the road side of the wall, is that ours, Karen, the town's, and if it's the house side,
If it's in our right of way, but we can only remove it if it's an emergency situation. I know that we've had several calls throughout town because, as you said, these trees are everywhere. It's not just ash. So
yeah, I know we did New Road at the very end because we had money in that line item that we were able to hire someone to go out there.
yeah, and typically a fast fund is coming to a section of town, and we usually work with them. I don't know if they're contracted anywhere in Barnstead.
I think
I mean, that's-
Northeast is doing Eversource now.
Okay.
I mean, a few of us in the neighborhood will even take care of the wood, we just get to the ground. We just
That's the
can't say-
expensive part.
Right, and we can't safely do it with the lines there,
Right.
you know.
Nor would we want you to.
Without risk,
Right.
you know. So if we can get them down, and the rest of it, you know, if somebody there to rush it, that would be nice.
So you want to give it to Fran to call Eversource?
I would have them take down as many as we can get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that other big one up the road, I don't think is getting lines.
Especially when they're dead and the lines are in jeopardy, I would think they'd look at it, deem it, needed.
And then why don't we have someone give us a quote for the others, and we can at least have that, so that we know. Is it a $3,000? Is it a $10,000 thing? So we can at least put it
There's probably 7
in the front. Okay.
I mean, most of them are on the opposite side of the road. I mean, one of them is on Will's property. On the side of the power line, he said the exact through there, so depends on how close they.
And that way we can at least just have an idea and leave it in there for a plan for the ones that Eversource is not going to.
I mean, I didn't expect it to happen on the night. It's just they're dead.
They'll be here in the morning.
They're coming down eventually.
Right.
Just want to make sure somebody doesn't get hurt in the process. The power you do without moving color or causing person. Very concerned.
Right. You can convince Jimmy to go take those trees down instead of yours. I don't know if their brush hog would get them.
No.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Did you have anything you wanted to?
No.
Didn't want you to feel left out. No. Bill, thank you.
Bill.
That's-
Oh, wow.
There's actually another Bill in Bill, and
There's a lot of
You're on the right name now.
that. Bill, thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in, Bill. Appreciate it. Wow. You guys want to jump into pavement contracts? Send it.
I thought at one point we had put together some kind of spreadsheet for getting trees that need to be taken down so that we could try and get some kind of budget together for them.
Do we have that, Karen?
There was supposed to be one done a few years ago.
Is it all the trees?
There's going to be a.
Yeah, but you can prioritize them, you know what I mean? You can say, okay, this one needs to come down, but this one needs to come down today, you know? I don't know, it seems like a pretty good idea, getting some kind of budget together.
Right, so at least we can get a start on it. And I mean,
An
it's,
idea of where they are.
You don't have just trees coming down too. You also have the canopy.
Right.
You got to trim that. So they go hand in hand.
But we could also indicate those trees to Eversource.
Yeah.
Go off.
and then maybe it is worth talking to Northern Tree and asking to just have them do something. And I guess it says people bring it to us, as otherwise somebody's got to really drive to the roads and start finding them. Not suggesting that as a side hobby to anybody. All right, let's jump into. So we have 5 bids for our paving. As I said before, we're not going to award a bid tonight. We'll open the bids, accept them. They're going to get reviewed just to make sure that they're accurate and complete as to what we did. So we have Advanced Excavating and Paving. So Advanced Excavating and Paving, total contract price for base bid is $607,840. Alternate A is $40,000.
Would it be possible just to read down the unit cost for the
for everything? So the bid had unit cost then going out. Do you want total or unit price? What are you looking at? Okay. So reclaiming line 1 was $2.10 unit cost. Reclaimed the blend $1.29. 3/4 inch binder $85.30. 1/2 inch wearing course $89.70. 3/8 wearing course $89.70. Mobilizations $16,735. Hand method paving $135. Transport and offload the stone to jobs $31.50. Provide and install lane joint adhesive 65 cents. Spot shimming $92.50. And shoulder gravel $38.50. And on alternate A, the price per ton was $8 per ton. So you want. We have Atlantic asphalt. So total contract price was $698,425. Do not have a price for alternate A. A lot of notes on there. Their pricing down. Item 1, reclaiming 40 cents. Reclaiming to blend 25 cents. 3/4 inch binder 100. 1/2 inch wearing course 100. 3/8 wearing course 100. Hand method paving 150. Provide transport offload stone to jobs 35 cents. Joint adhesive $1. Spot shimming 100. Shoulder gravel 30. All right, we have Continental Paving. Continental's base bid price of $612,500.
I'm sorry, what was it again?
$612,500. The bid alternate A is $4,000. As we go down the list, reclaim is $3. Reclaim the blend is $1.50. 3/4 inch standard binder at 89. 1/2 inch wearing course at 91. 3/8 inch wearing course at 93. Mobilization charges $12,500. Hand method paving at 175. Provide transport and offload the stone to jobs at 24. Provide and install lane joint adhesive at 30 cents. Asphalt spot shimming 91. Shoulder gravel is 45. For those of you that are just here, we had a list of breakouts on there, and those are actually unit pricing, whether it's a linear foot or a yard or the different things. GMI. GMI out of Belmont. GMI out of Belmont. Total contract price for GMI is $622,600 with a bid alternate of $40,000. Their unit pricing: reclaim at $1.75, reclaim to blend at 85 cents, 3/4 inch binder $90.50, half-inch wearing course $90.50, 3/8 wearing course $92.50, mobilization of $14,400, hand method paving of $175, provide transport and offload at $34, provide and install lane joint adhesive 45 cents, asphalt spot shimming at $94.50, and shoulder gravel at $38. And final bid is R&D paving. R&D paving at $614,365 for the total contract base bid, with a $28,200 bid alternate. We go down their numbers. They're going to reclaim $2.30, reclaim the blend 50 cents, 3/4 inch standard binder $91.95, half-inch wearing course at $91.95. 3/8 wearing course $91.95. Mobilization other charges $3,500. Hand method paving $165. Provide transport 1.5 stone to jobs $22.50. Lane joint adhesive at 90 cents. Asphalt spot shimming at $110. Shoulder gravel at $47.50. And that is all the bids.
Can you detail what the
Paving.
You want the roads?
Evans Mountain Road. Guardrails on both sides. A lot of lane striping. So we are tackling 4 roads this year. John Tasker Road from Route 126 to the Goodrich intersection. Rabbit Lane from Route 126 to Parade Road. Colbath Road from Shackford Corner intersection to where the pavement ends, which is Beaver Ridge. Depot Street from Route 126 to the fence at the entrance to the business park. And there's a assortment, depending on the road and the condition, of areas where will be reclaimed, areas that will be a shim overlay, just depending on the condition of the pavement that's there right now.
what is the alternate A?
Bid alternate A. Should I get it right? Install an alternative mixed design pavement as specified for 5,000 tons of total estimated pavement installed. And Andy, do you want to explain alternative mixed design pavement?
Pretty much like winter binder or summer binder is what it is there. If they're have another mix there, they want to use.
So would that be on top of the main bid or is that instead?
No, that's if they wanted to use something different than what is in the bid.
So that would be additional.
So it's additional, yeah. So when we do that, so I think one was like $612,000 with a $26,000 alternate. So we would put the two together, is how we would do that. So like I said, once we get the opportunity to review them, we'll be awarding the bids at that point in time. There's a whole lot of parts and pieces in there, and we wouldn't want to award a bid to a low bidder who left out something important. So we'll be going through all of those. You guys have any questions on the bids?
I think just the one alternate that was only 4,000 when all the rest were, that really jumped out at me.
It was definitely,
That was,
it is, but as you read them, they're all over the map
Yeah.
and then end up at the same number at the bottom.
Right.
It really seems to be. So what I'm going to do at this point in time, because I know we have public input on this, we may do multiple public inputs tonight, but we'll open public input specific to paving right now, just because we're at that point right now. Shocking, Chris.
Hi, my name is Kristen Hales. I live at 94 Evans Road. It's Evans Road in Barnstead. It turns into Evans Mountain Road as soon as you cross the town and into traffic. I'm here extremely concerned about the paving bid that is extending past the current line where the paving finishes. I'm concerned that it wasn't discussed in any kind of public forum. B, I'm concerned why they would be adding that additional cost for the taxpayers of the town. I have heard that it was to make it easier for the plow trucks to not have to lift their plow when they go to the dirt road to turn around, but one would think you have to lift your plow to turn around anyway when you got to the turnaround point. I'm very concerned that those of us who live out where I live, we deal with a lot of very fast cars coming down that road. It's a dirt road. Right now, it turns from tar to dirt at the top of the hill, right next to Bob and Fran Henry, who are also very concerned about this. They just couldn't make it tonight. Which people have to slow down as a slowdown point right at the top of the hill because it's going from tar to dirt. Then they roll down the hill towards Storrs Statue. That road is very steep and cars just roll down it already too quick. I'm sure all of you know the cut through from Bosco Bell over to 107, if that road was paved, can you imagine how fast cars would go? Any additional pavement on John Tasker Road is going to encourage higher speeds. I've already almost been hit several times by cars on my horse.
Well, I'd have to beg to differ with you. 200 feet's not going to make a difference.
Well, it will make a difference where we are for the living space that we live in.
I get that, but no matter what road you pave in town, it becomes a racetrack. No matter what road you pave in town.
Right.
I don't care what it is.
Right, which I'm asking you not to continue the pavement past the current line.
It's 200 feet.
Exactly. It's 200 feet, but you're starting down the hill. Now you're rolling quicker down the hill.
That's still not going to stop anybody. The amount of people I see on dirt roads that drive fast, pavement, dirt, it's not going to stop them.
Okay.
They're still going to drive fast.
Then let's go to our natural environment.
The only thing that I see with that is a police department issue now. It's every year when we pave roads, every single year, the road that we pave always becomes a racetrack, and we always have to go to the PD and have the PD patrol it.
Yes.
That's the only way we can control that, in my opinion.
But those of us who live where I live, we don't want any additional pavement. We have a country atmosphere. We love our dirt road. It's beautiful. When you go from the pavement to the dirt, that's a beautiful spot. Adding an additional pavement, the expense of the taxpayers, just because you can, without considering the residents who live there, who walk there. Fran and Bob every day walk their dogs right around that corner. Other people walk their grandkids there. My mother is out on that road all the time. She's nearly 80. She can't really hear the cars very well. You encourage higher speeds, you encourage the loss of our country atmosphere, and you have the city creep that keeps coming in. You also open the selectmen and the town up to the people who don't want the streetlights and don't want the tar going crazy because you've added a little bit of tar. For what? For what? Just keep it like it is. Why would you continue it any further than it already is? We love our country atmosphere.
I'm not disagreeing with you about the country atmosphere. Not at all. Not
So why would
disagreeing.
you add the expense of a few hundred feet? Because a few hundred feet to you doesn't make any difference. But those of us who live where we live make a huge difference to us. So we should be considered for where we live. Case in point, in about 1971, the town did try to consider paving my road, Evans Road, because of the traffic between the two scout camps. So the historic camp and Parker Mountain, we had big trucks, the food trucks that went back and forth. My mother plopped me in front of the truck. I was 2 years old. Plopped me right there. It was the 70s. She was the 60s kid. She plopped her kid in front of the truck. I guarantee if this goes forward, my mother's going to be getting arrested in front of the truck. Every time you guys even fix our road, she freaks out. She freaks out about it. She'd be here right now, but she's dealing with my disabled brother in Florida right now. So we value our country atmosphere. We don't appreciate the people who come in from the city and go, oh yeah, I want the pavement and streetlights. We have to hold on to what we have. The area where I live has virtually not changed at all since my grandparents bought the house in 1952. Other than now the farmhouse has running water and you don't have to use an outhouse. We value keeping that. Why would the town willy-nilly just go, oh, let's just add a couple of 100 feet? It doesn't make any difference to me. Why should it make any difference to us? It does make a difference to us. And you will find it will increase speeds. People absolutely slow down at the top of the hill. Come take a ride up the store. You get to the top of the hill, which is right at Fran and Bob Emery's driveway, and you slow down. You roll down the hill slow. If it kept going tar over the hill, you go flying over the hill. It's a blind area, and those of us who walk are in much more danger. They come flying down the hill right on the hill. And that's where I have trouble.
I mean, the pavement's not going down the hill, though.
It is going down the hill.
It's stuck.
Absolutely. The
You
crest
stop
of the
it.
hill is at Bob and Fran's driveway. It then goes downhill.
It's like plateaued right there at
No.
Goodrich.
No, it's not.
Because that's where the plow trucks turn
It
around.
goes down. Could you help me? It does go down the hill. We drive there every day.
This is your moment of public input, Chris.
Is there any?
I almost have to feel like I don't know you as my neighbor right now. This is 2 weeks in a row.
Definitely goes downhill.
Is
I
there,
have other neighbors here who would also like to comment. But
What is the logic with the 200 feet
yeah, I mean,
extra?
is there any danger or
No.
advantage to doing that besides, turning around and all the blade?
It had to do with the mix.
It's not
I
that
think
they
it's
don't.
what Dan
It's not
said.
that they have to lift the blade.
It was the mix.
They still plow it, but when they're plowing the pavement, they got salt on it. So you have that section that they're going to plow now that could freeze up easier on them. So instead of
And they have to go on it to turn around.
yeah, they got to turn around, go back. So then when they go to do the dirt, which will be later on, they could have ice on the road.
I got it.
So
For the,
that was just for
for
that.
the leak out of the truck.
Yeah, it was a day.
Yeah.
That was a truck. So is anybody else here?
yes,
Are you
my
guys?
husband and Lynn as well. But one other mention. The rest of the road is dirt. Adding 200 feet, again, doesn't seem like a big deal to you.
Well, I think what you didn't hear was that what he was saying was that when they're plowing and they're spreading salt and they continue past the pavement, the salt's still falling off the truck, and to use salt on a dirt road is not really a good idea.
But it's going to fall off the truck 200 feet further down, so why does it make a difference?
But it won't because that's where they're going to turn around. Because they pave, so they don't, when they pave the road, they plow the pavement. They don't continue onto the dirt. They turn around and then they go back. Then when they get rid of all the salt on the truck, they load up with the sandstone mix. Then they go back to do the dirt roads. Because if you plow the dirt roads when you don't put anything on them, there's a quicker chance that they will ice up on you. So that's
But
that was
again,
the
for
main
the slight inconvenience that has always been to change our natural environment and to increase speeds going down the hill, it doesn't seem as much of an inconvenience for the few times that the truck is coming out there for a snowstorm versus those of us who live there year round. And it's a permanent condition. Once you pave that road, it's a permanent condition. We're talking for a slight inconvenience for your truck, which you have every other part of the town. You're going to go around and add a little bit to everywhere, and then again, you have the creek, the city creek. Oh, let's just keep going down the hill a little further. Oh, let's continue and add the pavement all the way to the Stratford line. And then my road, which is inconvenient for many people to take most of the year as their shortcut, then becomes the racetrack that it could be.
Well, I can tell you that's not the intention. The intention is not to plow it, to pave it right to the Stratford town line. That's not the intention by any means.
Then let's leave it where it is.
So, just so we can make that clear.
I understand. But
How
let's
long
leave
has
it where it
John
is.
Pesca been paved?
How long has it been paved?
Yeah, I mean,
God,
Oh,
I don't know the answer to that.
before 19, I would say, well, I was born in 1969. It's been paved my entire life. If my mother was here, she would probably remember, and I'm sorry again that she's not here. My brother has major disabilities, and she's taking care of him right now.
you want to
Yes.
let somebody else talk?
I'm looking for clarification. 200 feet. I look at where it stops, just beyond Bob and Fran's house. 200 feet just gets to the intersection, doesn't it?
Correct. That's all it does.
So it's not going down there.
It's not going down there. It's going just to
Yeah.
the intersection.
I'm Simon Hales, Chris's husband.
Sorry, what was your name, sir?
Simon Hales.
Simon?
Where do you live?
I'd like to
Where do you live? You got to do the whole thing, Simon. Follow the rules.
Second, resting my mother-in-law in front of the truck, I'm okay with that as long as
You're on the couch tonight.
she's not here.
Right.
So to Chris's point, and you are correct, it actually does stop right now on the precipice at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
It is flat for probably another 50, 60 feet from where it currently stops. But then it does start down quite a steep hill, down to going straight ahead. Our concern is that this is going to encourage people to pick up speed there, where now you have to slow down in certain times of the year, especially in the spring. You have to slow down to 5-10 miles an hour to transition from the tar to the dirt, which is a really good thing, especially in spring when it's slushy and there's icy spots. Or they just go careening down the hill the other way. So we definitely have some concerns over the speed. We have concerns over the difference in noise. Tar, it is generally noisier with tires on tar than it is on dirt. So that will change that kind of boundary that there is now. But also, you're talking about they turn around in the end of our is basically where the fire trucks do. So I know exactly where that is. You're talking tarring to the end of our road. Again, where now you have a break, probably 200 feet before where we are currently. So people coming out to the end of the road have a slowdown, the equivalent of a speed bump right before the end of the road, because it is a bad spot to get out at the end of the road. So again, that's our main concern. Again, if there's people that are against this, why spend the money? That would be our point. And I get what you're saying about turning salt up, but as Chris mentioned, we've managed to do that for the last 75, 80 years, and it's not really be an issue. We're really just looking at a small convenience for a plow driver a few times a year, where you're looking at an inconvenience for the locals all the rest of the year.
We are eliminating dust on your house, dust on your cars.
Not mine.
No. Simon, does the Susan's property line come to John Tasker,
No,
or is it
Bob-
buffered
Bob-
by
Bob
Bob?
Alder's got the corner. and the
Okay.
top.
And then Goodrich still has the other, the triangle.
Yeah, I believe so.
Thanks, man. Lynn.
I'm Goodrich.
Yeah.
Obviously, my concern, besides speeding and everything else, is.
You have to tell us who you are first.
Hmm?
You got to follow the rule. You got to tell us who you are.
Oh, I'm Lynn Goodrich.
Thank you.
I live at 27 Evans Road. Along with my cousins, we own the triangle, so we're right on Goodrich Road. We own both sides of it. I'm more concerned about the fact that it is a country setting, a big setting. You come down there, it's quiet, it's very rural. We put most of the land in conservation easement, especially to preserve that feeling. And I agree with them. Moving it down, we're just gonna kind of do that. Everybody walks down to the road, around the triangle, down toward the camp. The horses come by. People are bicycling down there. We can walk down there. And people are walking their dogs like me around the triangle. And you just feel like you're in the middle of the country. Just bringing that up, even the 200 feet, is kind of avoid that thing. You know.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we love our country. 200 feet to you sounds like nothing. To us, it's the whole world.
John Barnes, I have a little bit of input on this. Just so everybody knows, I'm the estimator from Advanced Estimating and Paving. That particular section of road is a massive gravel road. It's right on ledge, and everybody who's ever been out in the spring knows it's so constantly. If you guys are gonna pave that, it's just gonna disintegrate. It needs to be under drained. It needs a lot of work just to get the water out from underneath the road. You guys have done a lot of paving the last couple of years. Have not done nearly enough road prep to pave these roads. I live on Gray Road, right on the river. You go up the hill from my house, it's disintegrated already. It's got nothing to do with the pavement, the quality of the people who put it down. It's a lack of prep on the road base. There's massive groundwater in that hill too. If you drove out there right now, you'd see water leaking through that asphalt. The asphalt's busted all up already. 2 or 3 years. So if you're not prepared to do the prep work to get the water out from underneath that road, paving it's a waste of money. It's just not a bust up. I've been doing this for my entire life, third generation in the business. I can tell you what's going to look like in 3 years from now. It's just going to be garbage.
John, off the top of your head, what's that 200 feet of pavement cost? Ballpark it.
We just want to know if the price is going down.
Yeah, well, it's
Well, that's okay because we have a spurts.
Right, but
We-
just,
Yeah.
I think it's about 22 feet wide.
Yep.
Yeah.
488 square yards, 2.5 inches of binder. They're about 65 ton. I didn't get in time here to see all the bids, but the average seemed to be around $90 a ton for binder.
okay.
I don't even remember what I was, but
8530.
you guys really need to consider looking at doing prep work before paving that anyway. It's just a waste of money.
So what does that work out to? And 65 tons, is that what?
Just for the binder course.
Yeah.
We'll do a topping this year.
$5,500.
All right.
My 2 cents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it. Bob, do you have anything? You good? Anybody else with John Tasker paving commentary? All right, we'll close public input on that at 6:45. If we have anything else. Karen, we have something on old business? OME.
You did write a quote from.
So at the select board's request, the police chief has gotten a third bid for the vehicle upfitting. And that really follows the town's policy when we're making large purchases. We have the ability to purchase based on state bid, which is how we purchased the cruiser. We went with the state bid. There is no state bid for upfitting, so our policy does require, the town's policy requires 3 bids, which the chief has gotten us a third bid. And I think at this point in time, we have about a $2,000 spread, somewhere around there on the three bids. So Andy will get a chance to review OME's bid and go from there. I know Nevo just stripped down the old cruiser, and that was just done. So, all right. In that case, we'll go open up public input for free for all at 6:46.
George Kraus, 455 New Road. The gentleman that just spoke that lives on Ray Road, I hope you know what he said, because that has been the problem in Baxter for years. We have consistently paved roads without doing the work ahead of time to get the water, the drainage done properly. And God forbid we have plenty of roads that have lots of water right now. And I think we need to make sure we pay attention to that, because throwing good money after bad is not a way to endear the residents of the town. When we start doing roads like White Oak Road, that I believe been done 4 times in my lifetime, and it's still questionable whether it was we got to it the last time or not. But I just want to make that point known and we focus on that, because it's, whatever the cost for the putting roads down, and I'm a big fan of trying to help the overall operational cost year to year by having the ability to maintain better roads and having them be travelable, you can drive on and not destroy your personal vehicle on it. I understand the comment, and I support the comment about speed. And that has been a constant battle. I don't care where you go, whether it's dirt or pavement. The speed, I don't think really changed all that much. They're going by my house, which happens to be a nice stretch because they want to make the hill, big deal. If you're driving an old truck back in the 1960s, you might want to have that one. Today, you know, you get in those big trucks, they got tons of engines, and you just drive up it. So it's a little different. But speed is a big problem. Enforcement of our speed limits needs to be done. So we need to make sure we bolster the staffing for the police department. And I know we got some things coming up, and I think we're going to need to really pay attention to how we organize this town, because I think there's a desperate need for better focus from each and every department. None of them are exact. So with that being said, I had a conversation with Andy earlier about dust control, and unfortunately, it sounds like we're not doing too good. So I think we need to. I would encourage you, and I realize I'm trying to do one thing, and I'm going to probably ask you to spend more money than you want to spend. But if we're having so much problem with the tank truck and the pump system that's on that tank truck to distribute the calcium or whatever liquid you're putting on, and you've got a tank that can go in the back of one of your dump trucks. Let's get that tank back in usable shape. I understand it may have been stripped for parts. I'm not a big fan of doing that, but sometimes we want to tape off and forget about Peter. That's a bad thing because it doesn't give us an alternative right now. So, and the roads are critical. Thank you.
Thanks,
George.
Russ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Linda?
Linda Vermonte, 118 Armstead Road. I agree with George. I don't think that roads have to be done over and over again. We've got only so much money for the roads at this point. We need to take and make sure that the roads are prepped before we have all this paving done, which was not done when they did North Armstead Road. I'm questioning Ed Tasker brought up the fact that there's a lot of crushed glass at the dump. Will that be used?
No,
Why?
it's not crushed up fine enough.
So there's a whole process, and to get permission to use it, it literally has to go through DES engineering review. The crushed glass that New London uses, which is actually the hometown of our engineer, is completely different than the crushed glass that BCEP has. So the crushed glass that New London uses goes through an additional crushing process plus an incinerator, which gets the paper off, they get the metal out, they do that. So if we stick it in our roads, you will have sharp edges, you'll have paper, you'll have metal, and stuff like that.
It's just not clean enough over there.
Okay. All right. All I have.
Thanks,
I'll
Linda.
jump on the website.
Anybody else? Wayne? All right. In that case, at 6:52, we'll go ahead and close public input. And I believe we are done. We have a brief non-public
I got one thing there.
that we need to go into. Andy, you got
Yeah, Cole's Ledge here. We met last week on that site walk. I have 3 quotes here for the culvert pipes because we are supplying the culvert pipes there.
Okay.
I'll pass these around so everyone can see them. Water Industries was the lowest, so I'll let you read them when you get them. So I did run it by the town's engineer real quick there. She thought it was pretty interesting, figuring it would have been state bid and the same price for all 3 of them, and all 3 of them are different prices.
Okay.
And it's all the same.
same pipe? Nothing different?
Yep. I did verify that today with Water Industries that it was the same pipe. So
They'll have it in stock.
that's why I got on this as soon as possible. So it's the 5-foot culvert there. I still have to order, but I
Okay.
should have it in a week. Just gonna have it once we approve it. Hopefully, just gonna have it delivered at the highway garage. Contractor can either pick it up and move it, or I'll move it myself.
Okay.
So I'll just put it on my trailer and bring it down if they don't want it.
And that RFP is out for the Cold Ledge project at this point in time? Andy? When does that come back in? When are those due?
Next week. I think it's next Tuesday. Yeah, or it's this Friday. I think is the deadline if I remember right. And we open them next
Was it
Tuesday.
the Tony's?
That's correct.
Yeah, it should be this Friday. It's today.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Friday the 30th?
Should be the 30th. Yeah.
Okay.
June 3rd
That's when we open.
June
Is when we
3rd.
open up.
is when we open.
Okay.
Okay.
We change it every week. Sometimes.
Yes, no.
Did we end up leaving the tree in the RFP for the contractor to do, or are we pulling that out separate?
That got pulled out. I did ask Dan to get a price
Okay.
on that, so I haven't heard back from him yet.
Because we want to do that ahead of time, so we're not stumping it after.
Yep.
Stuff's expensive, huh?
and we supply all the materials, riprap, gravel, stuff. Contractors just removal and install.
I'll wait for Gary. It's all right. Don't rush him. It's gonna go with the air. I don't have time.
You can't read it unless you read all three.
That's right. So EJP out of Concord was $12,666.80 for 60 feet of 36 inch and 40 feet of 60 inch. Eliminator systems. That just sounds cool. Same quantity, 11,680. Water Industries at 81,181.
Not
81,000.
Sorry, $8,181.80. 81,000 pennies,
Yeah.
dimes.
Yep.
That's the one you.
Yeah.
You want to go with?
So I make a motion that we approve getting a culvert for Coles Ledge project from Water Industries in the amount of $8,180.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
No, I'm just curious how much we thought we were gonna spend on that. Do we have
Yeah,
any
what-
idea?
No, because that wasn't put in for the
Wasn't in the-
contract.
And Mary Jane, just the price is $8,181.80.
So yeah, I rounded it.
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. There you go. Anything else, Andy? Rick, you got anything?
No.
Gary?
Nope.
Philip? In that case, we will,
Make motion to go into non-public.
thank you, 91A-3, Roman numeral 2,
See.
C. All right. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, because we will come back just to adjourn because we have to, but basically the end.
Well, we.
Right. Right.